But first, a story many of you may relate to. When you get behind the wheel of a rental vehicle, do you ever think, is this vehicle safe to drive? Most people probably assume that it is.
Right. And after what Call for Action problem solver Carice Jackman uncovered, you may think twice before starting that engine. She joins us now with one woman's story. Carice.
Yeah, Marius, Tracy, typically when you get your keys to your rental vehicle, you check for scratches, you check for dents, you check for typically the cosmetics. But do you ever sit there and actually check the tires? I'm talking about all 4 of them. Well, that's where the woman in our story says the problem started. Getting this budget van towed away from her home is not how Regina Gregg expected to start her trip to New York.
The tow truck driver said to me, "You would have been killed."
The issue, a flat tire Gregg noticed not long after renting the van, so she called an auto center to fix it.
He took one look at the tire and he said, "I can plug this tire for you, but if I do, you will have a blowout before you get to New York City."
Do you worry that this is not just you that's going through this, that this could seriously hurt somebody else?
That's what makes me upset, and that's why I'm doing this. I could have left my daughter-in-law a widow and my grandchildren without a father had I made that trip.
So News 4 started looking into Gregg's question. We reached out to the U.S. Department of Transportation, the state, even insurance companies to find out who is actually monitoring and regulating rental companies to ensure they're safe for you to drive. Turns out
there's not a ton of oversight going on in this industry, and that's really concerning.
Peter Kurdock's general counsel for the Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety. He says the only regulations in place deal with safety recalls, but even that doesn't apply to every rental vehicle.
Shockingly, you cannot rent as a consumer a motor vehicle, a passenger car, with an open safety recall issued by the Department of Transportation. You can a truck. And in fact, the Department of Transportation sent a report, and 2 rental truck companies told them they in fact do rent trucks with open safety recalls to consumers.
In Gregg's situation, a recall isn't the issue. She says she's concerned about what appears to be a poorly maintained vehicle.
That's why we always tell consumers to do exactly what the woman in your story did, which is investigate.
As for budget, they said in part that they maintain a strict maintenance and inspection policy. Their records also showed that a physical inspection was performed prior to pickup. They added that safety of their customers is a top priority. Gregg hopes that's the case. She wants others to learn, not just from her experience, but hopes to change things for the better.
I just want people to know that before you rent a vehicle, you need to personally inspect it. The tires, and never assume because it only has 21,000 miles on it, you got a great set of tires.
And you heard her inspect everything. So if you want some more information and great resources, that advocacy group gave us a lot of tips and places that you can go. We'll have that for you on our website, WSMV.com.
Such important information. Carice Jackman tonight, thank you.